They say the meek will inherit the earth. We say the nerds are already in control. Welcome to the Frakkin Nerds episode number 298. That means we're getting closer to number 300, which we're going to be airing at Concave. So if you're there, come join us live. Otherwise, you're going to have to watch us recorded, as you watch typically all the other shows. So let's start it off on today's show. Oh, God, I don't even know which one I want to go with. You know what? The guy who had to sit 5 hours on a plane. Let's pin him here. It's our own Class. Who craves that hunt?
Hey.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
I do. Better now. Yeah, sitting on the runway for 5 hours just to get fucking brought back and told to get off. That was shitty. So what did I do? I was pissed. I went out and I toy hunted afterwards.
just like a woman would do, go out and spend money on something to make you feel better.
Bought me some shoes. Nah, I bought a comma Ultimate Fighting Machine.
All right.
Just like a woman. Yeah, I like that. It's all sexist.
And then let's go to the other guy.
Shopping.
He doesn't like to be called Joshua. Or no, he doesn't like to be called Josh, but he has no problem being Josh. I'm just totally screwing it up.
What the fuck happened to you, man? You had a bad day today?
No, I had a good day.
Overwatch Friday, baby. You're just fucking up intros.
I know. I was totally messing everything up, yes.
And you have the audacity to make fun of my ideas. Whoa. Jesus Christ. Get. Hey, everybody. It's me, Josh Carvalho, guy that Doc will say introduced from the East Coast. Blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get to the show.
The interesting part is it is the day after the birthday boys time, and the great thing is if you've never seen my Facebook, I don't know, maybe on Twitter, Joshua looks like a certain actor that we and you know what the funny thing is, I always forget his name. I don't remember.
Adrian Gonzalez.
All right, Adrian Gonzalez. Look him up. He looks exactly like Joshua, and he doesn't believe it, but everybody else feels like he does. And the great thing with Facebook is it'll always, every year you did something, you're like, hey, remember this? And then it's Joshua's birthday. And I'm going to just keep sending it every year. So I want him to always remember. I'm going to tell my kids, this is what I thought Joshua looked like back in the day.
Oh, was that kids? Yeah, all right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm at least
I don't
glad.
fucking look like him.
You look exactly like him.
Adrian Gonzalez, are you sure?
Is it Adrian Gonzalez?
Gonzalez or Adrian? It's something Adrian. I know that part, but
I'm looking at Adrian Gonzalez, and yeah, I don't think that guy looks.
Those definitely.
There's someone else.
Yeah,
just look up he was in the Lady in the Trap movie. You can't miss that fucking face. Right?
What was he like? What was the role that he played in Lady and Tramp? Do you all remember?
I think he was the dog. That's what Jason said.
Dog
Jason
catcher or? Okay, thanks. Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't see the movie. I just remember Jason saying that. Oh, you do look like that. He does look like you, or you look like him. Like,
everybody,
no, I don't.
Everybody, every time I post it, they're like, "Yeah."
Did we ever tell you the Chris Class story? Class took a picture of me like when we first met or hung out when we first started the podcast. He took a picture with me, and one of his friends who hit him up was like, "Hey, you know that actor guy?" And I was like,
"Yeah,
Fuck.
Yeah." She was like, your buddy's with an actor, and I go, what? And she's like, you went to some wrestling show or something that was on Instagram, and I was like, it's my buddy Joshua, and she's like, yeah. She pulled it up, and she's like, that's him, right? And I was like, yeah, that's him. You want to hook up with an actor? Yeah, let me holler at my buddy for you. You should use that.
No, I just no.
You don't even need that play.
Joshua, in Kentucky, they can't tell the difference. All right, so
I don't run with it. No,
all Spanish people look alike around here. So
just,
you and I, if we go in a couple circles, they wouldn't even. They would be able to tell who's who, even though we don't look nothing alike.
I can pretend to be you at your job. Hey, what's going on, class? Not much, man. What's up?
They'll be like, damn, yeah. He looked just as Spanish as normal.
You got some hair. You're shorter, fatter, but it's you, class. Yeah, it is me.
That's right.
Where'd the hair come from, class? It's amazing. Well, guys, if you enjoy the show, reminder to click like, subscribe. You can find us at all the podcasting hubs and on YouTube. So to start the show off on this week, we're going to be Venom and Immortal Hulk writers are switching books. Birthday boy Joshua could be getting a follow-up to one of his favorite video games. But first off, if you're in the UK, they're about to ban junk food advertisement online and before 9 p.m. on TVs from 2023. Apparently, they don't, if after 9 o'clock, they're like, you're a degenerate. You go ahead and you can look at all the McDonald's and Burger Kings and everything else. Boris Johnson is working on a way to fight obesity. Looks like he's challenged by it himself. And the main thing that they're worried about is this could hit a lot of their television productions, or channels, like anywhere between $200 and $600 million in marketing that they could be losing during this time. So anything that has food that is deemed or products high in fat, salt, and sugar will no longer be allowed to broadcast before 9 p.m. on television.
Did you ever see that David Cross skit where he talks about McDonald's advertising? And he says, like, what if they didn't do a commercial like one day out of the year and someone would be like, hey, did fucking McDonald's just like stop selling hamburgers? Like, what the fuck? Like, no one is gonna like think that these places are like running out of business, or like they're gonna forget to get like a fucking Egg McMuffin or something.
Oh, and I'd like to officially tell the folks at McDonald's, you know what? You guys don't have to advertise as much as you do. Okay, we get it. Yes, you're the folks who sell hamburgers. Thank you very much. We understand completely. There's no need for the incessant 24-hour commercials, radio ads, buses. It's just insane. They don't have to advertise as much. I mean, I don't know why they do that. It's not like when I wake up in the morning and if I don't see an ad for McDonald's, I'm not confused. I'm not sitting there going, hey, did McDonald's go out of business? Where's the commercials?
Like, it'll be okay.
Yeah, but it'll be okay, but you have to understand that they probably won't be able to advertise a good portion of the day something new. So if they came out with like a new fucking McFlurry with like caramel in it, you gotta wait till 9 o'clock to know about it one day. Like,
exactly.
What is it, 9 a.m.?
They are also going to ban online ads also. So anybody on digital marketing, from Facebook to paid search results on Google's to text message promotions, or even on Instagram and Twitter, will not be allowed to promote items that are high in fat, salt, and sugar. Now, McDonald's can still run ads as long as they don't show any of these items on there.
So all their fucking items? Or
they don't sell salads anymore.
First of all, apparently their chicken nuggets are not under that term of the HFSS. Now, other companies that are small and medium-sized companies, those with less than 250 employees, can be allowed to advertise junk food products. So if you're a big,
so complicated.
I know it is weird.
But another thing is, though, so our listeners know, food over here is not the same over there. So they may not have a lot of stuff that what we would think is the equivalent of what we have here. So it's like, maybe it's like what you just said about the nuggets. Their cheeseburger is probably less in bad stuff than what we have over here. So maybe it's not a lot of items that they have that fit that criteria. I could be wrong, but
I don't know.
They're not going to be able to advertise their Royales with cheese. Is that what
I'm just saying, like, they could say that their Royales with cheese may not be like as bad as our Royales with cheese. So, because food is different there. Food is
Royale.
Now, the great thing is any companies out there that need to advertise, they're going to allow you to do audio versions. So the podcast version of the Frakkin Nerds is always open for McDonald's. If you want to send your big money to us, we're willing to shill out for you all. So please send it our way.
Now we know why.
Send it our way. We will.
So you can just do that joke.
There are also going to be no restrictions on billboards, poster sites, buses, railroads, airports. So class could have just sat there and watched a McDonald's picture at the airport.
I did have a horrible bacon cheeseburger from whatever their TGI Fridays is supposed to be. Not good. There was like under the burger, like the menu, it says every burger will be cooked like medium well, and I was like, ugh. I still went with it, and it was dry as a fucking bone, dude. Not good. Not good.
That's why you fucked up. We got airplane food, unless it's like a really top-notch airport. Don't buy the food, because I think I went to the Quiznos either at Louisville or another place inside the airport, biggest fucking regret of my life. I was like, I'm never buying. It's either a top-notch chain or fucking a reputable import.
They made a good drink. I had 3 before I got on. I had 3 vodka, water, and limes.
Yeah.
I made them doubles. Made them doubles, of course. I didn't give a fuck. That's why I like.
I'm drunk.
Yo, I did. I forgot.
I was laughing. I was like, yo, he's drunk at the airport? I was like, oh, fuck, he's having some time.
I forgot. I sobered up in those 5 hours.
Fans of the show may not be into sports ball, especially our own Kennedy there. But one of the big things with the fantasy football is sometimes the loser has to do some kind of, punishment, you would say, Joshua. And one of the recent ones that just came out after this year was a guy had to spend 24 hours in a Waffle House. Now, he had the ability to get out of this Waffle House much sooner. So for every, I think, waffle that they...
Yeah, one waffle.
It cut an hour, I think. Right? Cut an hour.
Yeah.
And the guy live tweeted it as he went through there. Apparently, like when he started off, he knocked out 4, and then apparently the day kept getting longer and longer to shave off. Ultimately, he ended up being there for 15 hours in a
9 fucking waffles.
Let me see how many. Does it say how many waffles he actually tried? I think it was like he tried to consume like 8. I think it was.
I would have just
9 if you go 15 hours minus 24, or 24 minus 15. You got 9 right there.
He said he puked. And then he tried to consume 6 more waffles. Somebody gave him Rolaids, and then to treat his heartburn and acid indigestion.
Oh, this dude was he wasn't built to eat shit.
No, you're right. Because I feel like all of us could have, you could easily put 6 away.
Oh, yeah.
No time.
That's what I'm saying. A Waffle House waffle's not that fucking big. I've been there.
Yeah.
So
it's like a good size.
It's not like going to IHOP, because like IHOPs, I mean, they're usually that thick,
right?
A waffle, not a pancake, but a waffle. But I don't. Yeah,
it's not like they sell those Belgian waffles that are like dense as fuck.
Easy.
Do what?
I was like, when I saw that on Twitter and I retweeted it, I'm like, I easily could have ate fucking 12 off the bat.
Yeah, you could have killed a dozen. No.
Here's another thing. Why didn't he do the old the hot dog trick? Like take it, dunk it in the water, and just quickly keep consuming it.
I don't think that's the thing though. From what you just explained, like his live tweets, I didn't see the live tweets. He just didn't go in with a game plan. Like he just isn't an eater.
No,
he's not an eater like us. He just thought like, oh, I'm just gonna drink, eat one, and he was probably like, if you eat fucking 8 fucking waffles, that's taking you an hour right there. So that's a time killer right there.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I mean, he could, and you could have just in like 3 hours just slowly paced yourself and probably knocked out a lot of your time there.
I think if he would have like game planned and ate like for the first 5 hours, he could have knocked out the whole day.
Yeah. God, and that Waffle House music's horrible too.
That's the problem with the Waffle House, the music.
No, it's usually from what I hear, it's been a while since I've been to Waffle House, and there's the discussions that are happening behind the counter, which I don't know if you realize it or not. They don't that there's no difference from where you're sitting to the counter, but you pretty much hear every dirty detail going on in these people's life because they don't give a fuck.
Dude, at the ER one day, a cop, because cops, they're always bringing people in, or at nighttime, there's always cops hanging out there. And a cop, I was talking to him, he said one of the craziest arrests he ever did was at a Waffle House that someone was there trying to, like, they refused to pay, or they did something anyway. Cops got called. So he was talking to one of the waitresses there, and he was like looking, he was going to write the details down, and he didn't have a pen. He's like, "Can I have your pen?" She was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Pulled a pen out and a little fucking bag of meth. Flew out, landed right on the dude's shoe. And he was like, "You're under arrest now." And she was like, "Yeah, what can I do?" The waitress got busted.
Oh, it was the waitress. Wow.
Yeah, that's fucked up. It was the waitress who called the cops on the other dude.
Then,
oh my lord, that's the Waffle House for you.
That came out awesome.
That's crazy. I would have like, not my caller. I don't care.
So in movie news, we're going to be doing a lot of discussions of why are we making this. So the first one we're going to start off is I guess we're getting a sequel to The Exorcist in the kind of the claim to fame of, they were saying, like the Halloween franchise now. They are going to do a follow-up to the 1973 film, which I think there was a follow-up to it.
Yeah.
Blumhouse is now going to be working on it. So all the people that have been yearning for what happened after the end of The Exorcist, because I think most of like the priest and all them died, right? And like we're gonna get a follow-up to that, because that's what we've been asking for in the last over 40 years. Yeah.
I think and I think I know where this is going. I think it's pretty much the premise of a devil, because was the devil the one that possesses her?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's been 3 Exorcists already. There's already been sequels.
I know.
There's a prequel too.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, was she possessed by the actual devil, Satan himself, or a demon?
I thought it was just a demon.
So if it's just a demon, then it's like, oh, that demon, because most people probably remember its name. Probably like, all right, this demon came back and is trying again. He's back with a vengeance.
You're not gonna stop me. Let's see, Exorcist, demon. Let's see, is there a demon name? Yeah, there is. Let's see. It better not be the devil.
Go to 1990 and watch Repossessed.
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu
was considered the king of the demons of the wind and son of God Hanabi. Pazuzu is the one in the horror novels and films that was the main antagonist.
Oh shit! No, it all makes sense with
who's in there? It's me, Pazuzu, and I'm here with the wind.
There's a wrestler named Chris Dickinson, and he hails from the Pazuzu projects. So now it all makes sense.
That's funny.
Continuing on with things that you kind of wonder, why are we still creating it? Warner Brothers is going to reanimate the dead in the Night of the Animated Dead. So they're going to take Night of the Living Dead and do an animated version of it. Josh Duhamel from Transformers and an amazing Netflix series, Jupiter's Legacy, is going to be in there voicing it. Catherine Isabel, Katie Sackhoff, who just came off of the new Mandalorian series and Battlestar Galactica. Will Sasso from Mad TV. And Nancy Travis for So I Married an Axe Murderer.
So Will Sasso's going to die in the first fucking 20 minutes of that one.
Well, yeah, because he's going to be playing the sheriff. So no, because I think the sheriff is the one that lasts at the end. So that's the guy who shoots the people at the end. Spoilers if you haven't seen Night of the Living Dead. So yeah, we're going to get an animated Night of the Living Dead. You know what's not going to get rebooted? Spielberg says Jaws is not going to happen. Apparently, they are wanting to try to see if they can reboot it, and ask Steven Spielberg if this was something that he would be willing to do. And no, so luckily, because I don't feel like we need a Jaws remake, do we?
Well, I mean, they can still fucking do it without him unless he owns the rights to it.
I don't know if he.
You guys are movie buffs. Let me ask you this. What is the shark? His name obviously isn't Jaws. What's his name? You guys know?
Yeah, it is.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
It is. It starts with an H, I think.
What is it?
But it's the lawyer of Spielberg. That's what he's named after.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, there you go. There's a little tip. Bruce, yes. So Bruce is the name of Spielberg's lawyer. And Spielberg wanted to show the shark pretty much right at the beginning. And it didn't work, so they had to be creative and shoot around it, which actually made it more suspenseful. But he wanted that motherfucker right out there, and probably wouldn't have had the success. Jaws wouldn't have had that success because he built that tension up without kind of like George Lucas when he couldn't really create some of the looks and feels of these creatures, so he had to be creative. And then when Phantom Menace came, he's like, I want to put in all this fucking CG and. And all downhill from there. I know Joshua there has been expecting this, and he's been waiting for this movie to be created. But Polly Pocket is going to be made into a live action. starring Lily Collins and one of the best writers, the voice of what they say this generation's Lena Dunham, if she's not touching her sister, is going to be a part of writing this story. Oh, the one who wrote Girls. Have you ever seen that show?
No.
Yeah. She
Never seen it. You know, the first couple seasons are hilarious and it's good, but there's still problems with that show.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
They ain't missing much.
it's Adam Driver's kind of first big role.
Oh,
I feel like that wasn't his big role. I feel like that's the movie that's the show that made people realize he's a good actor. But I feel like I seen him in other shit before Girls.
Where did you? All right. Yeah, if you grew up with Polly Pocket, I feel like that was Joshua's thing. So yeah, we're getting a Polly Pocket movie.
No, I don't even know I don't know what the fuck that is. So
it's a little girl
I don't know
figure.
Why you assume I know.
And typically, I think they had like a little building that she would live in, and you would just get the buildings with little Polly Pockets.
Nope, don't know what that is. Sorry.
Yeah. All right.
I don't like.
Well, right
why,
here is
like,
a
what?
video.
I don't-
Video of
I
Polly
don't-
Pocket commercial. Sorry
All
for
right,
anyone
well.
that's listening to the podcast. You're not going to see that. You'll have to check out the YouTube to see a commercial if you don't know what Polly Pocket.
Couldn't you put the audio in so that they know?
No, when they're not, you got to come.
that gives them
You
a
have to
reason to
see us. See us. It's a visual
tune into the
medium.
YouTube show. Then.
That's right.
That's right.
Continuing on with why are they making this? Interview with a Vampire is getting a green-lit series. So Lestat and Lewis are headed for the small screen on AMC.
So what is
That's
it going
a
to
good
be? The tales of them being gay lovers together?
Follow up with a vampire. Is that what it is? Like second interview with the vampire? Like called back? Negotiations?
I don't know
with
if
the
it's
vampire. Like
I don't know if it's supposed to be
when the
set
vampire
up
get the
like
job.
a prequel to when that story was told, or because I can't remember how it all ended. Like, was Lestat?
So Lestat comes back after Brad Pitt is done interviewing, getting interviewed by the Christian Slater's character, because the movie ends where he goes into the car with the writer and bites him, and he's like, it makes it seem like part 2 is going to be Lestat telling his side of the story. But it wasn't. So like Lestat is still alive, because they did make a sequel to it, but it just sucked. But like I said, like the whole fucking premise of the show is going to be them hanging, like the stories that happen, like after they.
Does it say what the stories are going to be about?
I mean, it makes sense though if it's about both of them, because you just said it that all the story centers around.
It's a 8-part series based on the books. It may be a series version of The Interview with the Vampire. AMC Network has acquired the rights to 18 of Rice's books last year, so expect more if this does well.
I'm surprised they didn't do this shit from the get. Like the way Hollywood's running out of ideas.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're needing something to be relevant, because I mean, The Walking Dead's about done. They're still.
It's not over yet.
No.
There's still milking that.
Yeah, the
shit?
original
Come
series is
on.
still going. I think the prequel version is still going, right? And they want to do a like teen version. There's a teen version coming out.
I think I seen the trailer to that already.
Yeah, they're there. And then there's talks about doing a Rick movie and stuff. I'm like, you guys got to stop. Like the comic.
Listen, man, if Robert Kirkman ain't fucking bitching, he's getting them checks.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you
right.
know that.
As long as it's got The Walking
You
Dead.
know, if they did do a spinoff or like something like after Rick gets picked up and what happens with him, and like, you know, that might be kind of cool. Like Rick was a great character on the show and in the comic, but like it just got so oversaturated, dude. It was just
It's a way better character in the comic than it was. There's a lot of better characters in the comics than there were in the
yeah, 100%.
A character that I am not familiar with, Madame Xanadu. Xanadu is apparently in development for HboMax and Bad Robots, part of the Justice League Dark character. Class, I know you're a big comic book reader. Is this a character that you're well familiar on?
Not at all.
All right, Joshua, yourself?
No, I thought Xanadu was about that fucking musical from space with Olivia Newton-John.
No,
yeah,
with them roller skating and stuff. That'll probably get soon. No. It's she's like a, what is she? I don't know what she is. She first appeared in the 1978 DC Comics Doorway to Nightmare #1, and was first referred to as Nimue Mwandu in the comics. Held a backstory with ties to King Arthur and the wizard Merlin. And she became one of the founding members of the Justice League Dark. So I don't know if they're spinning this character off of after, because they are doing the Justice League Dark show or movie doing Anna Constantine movie.
What's the villain that she was? Because if they mentioning Merlin and shit like that in King Arthur, what's the lady that she's the villain for the demon? She's from like that same thing.
Who is that?
She was she was like the main villain in some of the Justice League Unlimited cartoons. She had her son, and her son wanted to be like immortal.
Is this somebody that Madame Xanadu fights, or?
That's what I'm asking, because if she's from that, like you just said, King Arthur and Merlin's type fucking thing, then she's gotta be associated with that lady as well. I forgot her fucking name. She had a mask on. You never see her without the mask.
I don't know who that is. Yeah.
Damn, you don't remember that episode, dog?
No.
So do you need to go out? No, I never watched Justice League Unlimited. I never got that.
Oh shit, bro, you're missing out, man.
Are you talking about Morgan Le Fay?
Yeah, Morgan Le Fay is not the name of the demon, right?
Oh, she's the younger sister of Morgan Le Fay. No.
There you go. See?
So she may start off as a villain, I guess, and then the mysterious Phantom Stranger influenced her to betray Merlin. So maybe she's a villain in the beginning, and then they're going to spin her off. Zatanna is what they're going to be doing a movie off of her.
That's cool.
Going to HBO Max. Also, what's coming to HBO Max? You've asked for it, Chris. The Garbage Pail Kids with Danny McBride in a new animated series.
With Danny McBride. Okay. All right. I can get behind this.
They're bringing back the 1985 baseball card company from Topps, Garbage Pail Kids, that we all collected when we were younger. Even had a really, really, really bad movie. Now Danny McBride is going to be connected to it.
Oh, not a bad movie. That's just a cult classic.
Classically what?
Is it?
Yeah, that movie stands the test of time.
Of what?
I'm sorry. You guys are not much older than me, but you're significantly older. Where you had like, you kind of were like fucking seeing shit that you're like, look at this dumb shit. And then when it came out for me, I'm like, oh my god, this is hilarious. So sorry.
I may need to go back and rewatch that.
I think it's going to be in the art style of BoJack, because that is the animated company that's going to be working on it. They also did the Tuca and Birdie show.
Come on, live action. I don't want an animated
but the interesting thing is they also did Undone on Amazon. If you ever watched that, which was a very unique looking show. I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be in the style of BoJack.
Help that studio out. They made all that money off that motherfucker.
Also the writer of Solar Opposites, which I know Joshua is a huge fan of, and they're going to be getting Thor coming up. He's going to be also a part of this.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I hope it's not. I hope he's not like a writer they listen to. Because if it is, then we already know what kind of comedy we're going to get on that show.
Yeah, but you see where Rick and Morty's going. They're going very deep in their storylining.
I know, but I love it. But Solar Opposites, I'm just like, it's like, what are you doing? Like Dan Harmon had me laughing. I saw like a behind the scenes for the episode number 2, and the writers like saying this, like, oh, we wanted to do like this funny take on how they're like what you said. There's no continuum and all this other stuff with the duplicates and what they are, and just muddy up the waters. And Harmon's like, yes, I squeeze all the blood out of these writers and I take all the credit for it. I'm like, that's not a joke. He's being serious now. And the guy's like really cool about it. And he's talking. I was like, this son of a bitch doesn't know he's not going to get all the credit for it. Everyone's going to think, that's Dan Harmon's idea.
It's going to be the genius of Dan Harmon created these stories. And it's...
And I hate the fact that this is like probably looking. I was telling Doc earlier, this is shaping up to be one of the best seasons ever, just off those first 3 episodes. And I'm like, fuck, Dan Harmon's going to get all the credit for it. And these fucking writers, no one's going to talk about them and how smart they were.
Now, and then the thing is with the Rick and Morty, there's still, I mean, the episodes still have absurd things going on, but there's like usually the A story has gotten very, again, deep and dark. It's some good stuff going on right now.
Yeah, especially with Planet Cena.
So as we move on of ideas that why are we getting made, I feel like this is coming from the same company that made the Slip and Slide show, which ultimately got canceled when somebody had explosive diarrhea, and that show is never going back. Hey, when you go to California there, Josh, when you run into Ron, please ask him how that went as he's signing my King Shark thing, whatever I send you to do. But Papa Shot is going to be turned into an unscripted competition format as a basketball studio RTG features. So yes, Papa Shot is getting a TV show.
I don't know what that is.
Papa Shot.
I don't either.
You're at the arcade and you shoot the little balls into the hole.
You mean the basketball machine?
Yes.
That's what we call it. The basketball machine.
It's called Papa Shot.
The basketball.
Yes, they're making a TV show off of it. The company.
You know who's gonna win, right? Some Asian kid or some kid from another country. That's like, well, do the cat. Those are the ones that do that shit. I ain't seen American do that shit.
They're looking also to the company's also looking to develop and produce original basketball stories across scripted, unscripted, and feature films, TV, and podcasts, as well as adapting articles from. I don't know who still collects these. The Slam magazine. Remember back in the day when that was a thing?
No, that's still a thing. That's not gone.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Just a basketball magazine. But yes.
You see that all the time when you go on the New York subway station, the little market, and Slam is right there in that little section that has all the other urban magazines.
The game is celebrating its 40th anniversary, so what better time than now to have a Papa Shot TV series? As we move to video games, and I know Joshua is super excited that EA is reportedly, and when you say EA, that's where the words start to worry you, is apparently looking on a remake of Dead Space.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
After more than 8 years of the franchise sitting around, Venture Beats reports EA is tasked with Motive Studios to develop a Resident Evil 2 style remake of the first game in the series.
I can't wait. I love that series. This is long overdue. We should have got a next gen continuation of the story, but EA was like, we don't care. And it just, it was a property that I think they were going to write they had a bunch of movies, animated movies. They're supposed to do an action movie and all sorts of shit. It had like literature, like it has that fan base, and they just didn't do anything for it. So I'm happy for this. I hope it does well and warrants them to make a true sequel to it, because that story still isn't finished, and I'm excited. When I saw, Doc knows what I put on Facebook and Twitter. Twitter was the X-rated version.
Dude, I started playing Dead Space. I started with, for whatever reason, part 2 in that series. Loved it, and so much I went back and I played part 1 just to get into it. And what was the cartoon? Like there was like a short, wasn't there short, like an anime?
There was one that was a movie, a full movie, and another one was like shorts.
Dead Space Downfall.
Yeah, man, the game was amazing, dude. And some of the weapons down. Yes.
Because had you played part 1, it would have told you like stories that were pertaining to part 1 in the movie. Because like they show you like that guy. I don't know if you remember the game very well. The guy's like, I'm gonna help you in part 1, and he's like, fuck you, man. Like they show everything that happened prior to that led up to that point. So
the dude that like cut his own throat, was that the guy that?
No,
one dude that like cut his own throat. Then you're like, what the fuck? Like, dude, that game was crazy. I loved it.
It was fucking nuts. No, this guy was in the very beginning. Like he's like, I'll help you, whatever. And he's like, nah, fuck you, man. And then you hear like the animal, like the creatures kill him.
Yeah, and, okay.
They show like he was doing some fucked up shit. He was cheating on his wife, and then like he just gets his comeuppance. Like he started off as a good guy, and then he just becomes an asshole.
I just want to say spoilers. I have never really played the game, so now you've spoiled everything.
That's just like fucking a movie and a game with like the first 20 minutes. But if you ever get bored,
15-year-old game.
You can play it on Xbox Game Pass because all three editions with
all the EA games are up on there. So
yeah. So check it out.
Worth playing, Doc. Absolutely worth playing. At least the first two. I don't remember 3 as much. I believe I played all 3 of them. But those were like games that I actually completed that I fucking love, dude. Dead Space is amazing. Man. Good game.
I want to replay them eventually.
I might have to do that.
Make us whole.
As we move to comic book news, and the biggest news coming out was we're flipping titles to writers that are currently working on them. Donny Cates, who, as we know, was working on Venom and the King in Black series that just wrapped up. Venom will now be taking over the Hulk series. It's going to be drawn by Ryan Otley, who, as we know, is Invincible. So it's really good. And then in Venom world, Al Ewing, who just came out as bisexual, who actually created Loki's story of being bisexual before it showed up in the Loki series right now, will be handling Venom as he leaves Immortal Hulk and taking on this series. Now, if you've not read any Donny Cates or Al Ewing, you should definitely go check them out. There's some really interesting things. And I tell you, the Donny really just goes crazy with the characters. Like, he really goes a different direction. That's why we now have a ghost writer who is Frank Castle as a Punisher.
You need to explain that better.
Do what?
You need to explain that better.
Apparently Thanos came down to destroy the world, and Frank Castle made a deal with him, and they turned him into the Ghost Rider, and then he went back to go kill the baby of Thanos, and then realized that's not something he should be doing, and then raised baby Thanos, and Thanos became the Punisher. And I think he may be still running with the Guardians, if I remember correctly.
How many titles does Donny Cates fucking write?
He's still working on
every one of them.
He's still working on Thor. He just finished Venom, and he's got a number of his own books out there in the Image world and everything else. Crossover. What else is I can't think of it. No, and he's a cool guy too to meet. And then one thing that I was reading recently, if you collect comics or read comics, Humble Bundle, and this is not an advertisement for them, but is a great place to snag digital copies of comics. And most recently, the Mark Miller versions are out there. And as I already read, I was looking to read Starlight because I know that's going to be the next Netflix series, but the Magic Order has actually caught my attention. Started reading it, and I was very impressed with how violent that is. Some interesting magic use and a great story. And I got on there and was on Twitter. Was just like, hey, this is some pretty great stuff. I always try to recommend good comics that I'm reading, and lo and behold, Mark Miller World is they went ahead and retweeted it and responded to it. So it was,
it's actually him.
Yeah, well, I would assume also he's got people that help him. So
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's just him.
All right. Well, that was very cool because I was kind of bashing Jupiter's Legacy in that tweet because I was like, I hope it's way better than Jupiter's Legacy, because Jupiter's Legacy, the only person I heard, there's two people that I've heard really love Jupiter's Legacy. One was Howard Stern, and the other one was our own Big Brian V, that loved those series.
Really? It was like he really
he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I missed those tweets.
I thought he would shit all over it.
Yeah.
And he felt it was a really good story.
Brian or Howard Stern?
Oh, well, that Howard was just like, oh, this is really good. And he goes, and then I heard they canceled it. I can't understand what it is.
I saw that.
And the funny thing is, listen to the Howard Stern show. Everyone that works for him just kissed his ass. Like, nobody stood up and said, no, it's not a good show. Because every time he recommends a show, it's always a horrible, horrible fucking show. Like, he loves.
You listen to the Howard Stern show? Like
I
that?
try to, but I'm about out. It's so like
I used to. Well, for the longest time I did, and it's
he's
not
so
as good as
disconnected.
it was.
He's so disconnected to the world. But yeah, when they were talking about that, and I was like, oh, good, he's gonna bash it and say how not good it was. And he was like, oh, it was amazing. And it was great. And this is what superhero movies need to be. And this great little love stories. And the teens were really hot. I really wanted to fuck them. And I was like, God, dude, you.
Which one? There was only like one.
It was the one girl. It was the daughter. Like that.
And she's not even that fucking attractive.
He's way into super skinny girls is what Howard said.
Yeah, he doesn't like hers at all. He
doesn't.
See someone that's like 110. He's like, oh, she looks like 8 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, whoa, dude. Yeah.
I'm just picturing. I gotta see these tweets now. I'm gonna go to his page. He tweeted about how he loved the show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. If I would have saw that, I would have fucking put this.
I get. I like Brian is really, really like of all the three that you're looking at here, the biggest in the comics. Well, in his vast knowledge, he's the guy that if I'm trying to find a new comic to read, he's the guy I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
And I thought
Brian reads like such a vast array of comics too. It's like I get into certain titles, like you just mentioned that Hulk. I get into a lot of things just based off of the artist. And I just looked up like Hulk #1 that's coming out in November that you were talking about.
Yes.
I'm going to get it just because I love Ryan Otley. And so I'll do things like that.
No,
Ryan.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of comics just based. Right. And the way I follow comics based on artists, Brian follows a lot of them based off the writers. And which, it's he's more into that. He'll sit and read novels, dude. And he will read anything from crazy titles that like I've never even heard of. He's like, dude, highly recommended. Next thing you know, it's like, getting rave reviews. Brian's always
the same
finger
thing
to the pulse
with fucking movies. Like one day I was in the car with him and he's telling me about a fucking movie called Chapawaki. And he explains it to me. It's about the Kennedys and some girl dying with them. And I'm like, why the fuck would you want to go see this? And he's like, yeah, man, me and Hunter. And I was like, you put your child in that? And Hunter's like, it was a good movie. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
I mean, that's like Brian's life. Like he is like comics and he's like movies like every day. I talked to him earlier today. He was fucking like, oh, me and Hunter going to go watch this. Me and Hunter going to go watch this. I mean, he watches movies like it's a job. Like that's what he does.
It's true, man. Like, and it's cool because he's giving me some good movies that I was like, oh, should I watch that movie you were talking about? It was really good. He goes, I told you, man, I don't see it wrong. And I went to the movies with him.
Yeah, I don't keep up with the movies.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with them in the movies. But when it comes to comics, if he has recommendations, like it's 9 times out of 10, it's like I'd agree with it. Every now and then I'm just like, I don't know about that.
And I agree with that. I am like Class. Like the art really will keep me hooked into a comic. Like
I'm a writer fanboy.
What was the one? It wasn't Fade. It was another one where it was just very. I would just have to say like overly artistic. I can't remember what it was. It was Fade, but it was another one that he recommended.
I don't know. But to answer your question, Class, it was like American Animals. That was a movie he recommended to me, and it was about something that happened in fucking Louisville, Kentucky, with the guys robbing the paintings in the library and shit.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh,
Kentucky?
Yeah,
that was based upon.
Yeah, like these kids robbed the library for like art
pieces. They did it in Transylvania University in Lexington.
Yeah, so I was like, holy shit! I was like, yo, that was a good fucking movie. Thank you for telling me about it.
Okay,
that was the Movie Pass movie, wasn't it?
I don't know. I just remember him telling me about
it. Yes, it was. It was Movie Pass that bought the rights to that movie.
Oh shit!
With Evan Peters in it. Yeah, I didn't know that was based upon the actual heist that took place at the university out in.
It tells you they actually interview the real fucking kids in the movie.
No, I haven't watched the movie, so I didn't know that. Don't fucking sass me, sir.
I will sass you as much as you fucking will take it.
Damn. Joshua just talked to Doc the way Doc talks to everyone playing Overwatch.
That's what I'm saying. I said, the way you were talking that shit on Overwatch today, and today we fucking won our last game, and I'm like, oh, we almost fucking lost. And he was having a fucking titty attack, and we got it together. We fucking won. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Again, I feel like it was my direction that I was like, I'd given up. I'd realized the way they're fucking playing is not working with what the characters I'm trying to learn. So fuck it. Let me just just take.
Learn with other characters while you play with other people that are not your friends, so they don't have to hear what you fucking tell them to do.
I'm trying to be like, all right, yeah, but if you hear me say "fuck it," that means I'm just grabbing a character.
Yeah. And we heard that.
I'm gonna go learn this character. I was like, "Fuck it, this game's over. Let's see what I can get out of it." Yeah, that's how I play.
Like he was like, Torbjorn. I was like, hey, pick Torbjorn. Y'all fuck now.
Fuck it. Yeah, if you know what's happening when I say "fuck it," that means I've given up on you guys. All right.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure there's like a couple of podcasts where he'd done that too.
Well, guys, as this brings the show to a close, not a very long show, but we're trying to knock out number 300. We'll be recording 299 next week, and if he doesn't take Allegiant Airways, our own Joshua may be here.
Oh, sorry, sir. I'm American Airlines preferred customer. We don't do bullshit airlines like Spirit and Allegiant or Alaska. No, I go commercial certified. And that's not the first time I heard bad shit about Allegiant. Fucking Young Matthew had a problem with them too. But they got
cheap then. Don't go cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucked up that the nurse of the group who makes buku money is like, I'm gonna try to save a buck or two, man. No,
I mean, that's because I'd rather spend it on this shit behind me, man.
Well, ultimately, you had to.
Right.
No, he got a refund and a voucher, so he's good. He's like,
but he's been
I got a voucher, not even a refund.
Yeah, you got you paid less than. Put it this way: the fucking ticket that you buy now wouldn't be the ticket you bought without that voucher. You dig what I'm saying? Like that's how
I don't know if I'm gonna go with Allegiant. I don't know if I'm gonna go with them.
I mean, fuck it. That's what I did when COVID struck. They're like, here's all your money back and here's another rebate. I'm like, now I get to fly this month for free, basically. So I'm good.
So class,
just to jump ahead, Doc, what I learned is you don't fly with Allegiant.
There you go. Do not fly with Allegiant. That is they do not sponsor.
That's what I learned.
But yes, by the brutal, and if obviously he was drinking because I think he was FaceTiming one of us. Is what we heard. He was trying to FaceTime.
No, that
Joshua
was
tried to FaceTime.
You tried to FaceTime.
Yeah, he tried to FaceTime.
Because I was like, I'm always on my phone at work, even when I'm working, and I guess
that sounds right.
So I fucking clicked it off where I thought I did, and then I went to like go back in my pocket and click it, and I see like Martin and Chris Class, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm sorry if that's me, bro. I didn't mean to do that shit.
That was all right. I was sitting at the bar already. Like,
that's how I knew you were drunk. You're like, I'm drunk, bro. I was like, fuck, that's awesome.
Joshua, what you learned this week?
I learned this week that I was ultimately going to side with having my friend's favorite basketball team win an NBA Finals and deal with the slander that would come with it, rather than see Chris Paul win a fucking NBA championship. But alas, it did not happen.
I think Chris Paul's going to win an NBA championship. It's more Devin Booker's going to win an NBA championship.
I hope something happens. I hate both teams, but I don't want to see Chris Paul. He's a piece of shit. And I also ultimately was looking forward to buying you a Kevin Red Velvet Porter jersey for you.
That would have been nice.
So
that team the last two games.
I don't know what the fuck happened with Nate McMillan, man. Like Gallinari was on fire. He just, I don't know, whatever.
Gallinari wasn't on fire in that last game. That was for sure.
In the first half he was, but to me,
I don't think so. But oh well. But it was all right. Hawks, they did well, way more than expected from them. So yeah, I got to enjoy some NBA when I typically don't get to enjoy some NBA. And let's see. What did I learn? I learned that I'm going to be reading some of, if you don't have this, the new Anthrax comic based upon Among the Living album. They've got writers from Gerald Wade, Greg Nicotero, Corey Taylor. So every song that is on that album has something. I wonder if the Judge Dredd is a Judge Dredd one. I'm the law.
That'd be cool, right?
No, it will be, because that's what the whole song is about, is Judge Dredd.
Right. That would only make sense.
Yes. So yeah, I think
it could be about a guy listening to the song and pretending he's Judge Dredd and becoming the law.
Let's
You know?
see if I could find which one is the I Am the Law. Let's see. It's one.
Oh,
Greg
we're gonna
Nicotero's
see-
a writer too, huh? I thought
Yeah.
he was just like an artist and like special effects guy.
Yep. Judge Dredd.
Interesting.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That is cool.
And yeah, different artists, different comics. So if you're a fan of Anthrax or a fan of comic books, I haven't read it. I don't know how it is. So but I told class to snag this. I don't know if he actually snagged my issue number 3 of the Turtles, the last one.
I called and I put it in, and they said that they were sold out at the time. But if they got more second or third prints, they'd put it in there.
So, yeah, shut the fuck up, bro. We don't got it. Click.
Yeah, basically, they're like, unless it's held back from the get go, like.
Can you hold
gone.
me the next
So-
issue then? Actually 4 and 5 then?
Yeah, I'll call them. I'm gonna call them tomorrow and ask them to hold me Hulk. So I'll ask them to hold.
Now,
two of
now are
the
you
remaining
actually going to be
issues.
down for Concave class?
It just confirmed.
I just want to
Yes, I will be there. This
I
next
will
Saturday. I'll
bring
try
your award that you won from the game we played
yes,
a couple back. So you will get that Hulk from the animated Spider-Man series.
yes, I'm looking forward to
I'll
that.
bring that
And I want to come up with a game. I want to make sure that it'd be okay to come up with like I don't know. I want to come up with a game because I was thinking about compiling some prizes together. So maybe that gets some good audience members, some audience participation.
Yeah, it's
but
not
I'm
like
trying to
you've
come up
got
with a game.
anything to give away at all, right?
I have like 500 points in Allegiant Airlines.
Yeah, there you go. You might
Hey,
need
you trying to fly across the street? That's
Yeah,
how it's
whatever.
gonna get.
500,000, whatever. I don't know, whatever. That was so stupid. So I'm trying to come up with a game so we can get like audience participation and all that stuff.
That'd be awesome. So yes, so definitely remember we're going to be down at Concave, spelled with the KHAN. This July, I think we're going to be down from the 15th through the 18th, and the show will be on the 17th. That's Saturday from 2 to 4 Central Time in the basement. So if you're there, come see us. We're going to be playing board games. I know Joshua doesn't think we're going to be playing board games all the time, but we will be playing board games all the time.
Listen, Chief, listen. To our listeners out there, we like sports. We just finished talking about stuff. And if the fucking Bucks don't get swept out of this fucking finals, we'll find out tonight how it's gonna go. There's a game that falls on that Friday of
Let's see.
Concave.
Yeah,
and
it
I
would
wanna
be.
watch
It
And
would be.
Doc's
Game,
like-
it would be game 5. Would be
So
that.
Doc's like, nobody's there to fucking watch sports ball. We're there to play games and drink. I was like, yeah, and some people want to watch things of the
See, but
sport
the thing is
magnitude.
that reminded me when we were playing the Rick and Morty D&D game, and you were watching a UFC fight and not paying attention.
No, I was
at
watching.
all.
I was severely drunk that time, and it was Tyson Fury versus Dante Wilder part 2. So I think that was a little bit more important. I feel terrible about that, and I hope we get to play that Rick and Morty game again.
I can bring it down, but
bring it.
But I think we can only play 4 players with it.
Yeah, that's fine. Nobody cares. So let's redo it, and I'll be less distracted because I don't think I'll be blitzing or anything. So don't worry.
Oh, good. You won't be blitzing. All right. So Joshua, how can they learn more about your blitzing?
Yeah, you can see me if you want to see me rave about Rick and Morty episodes and how awesome they are. You can follow me on Twitter at greeneyebebop.com at greeneyebebop. And if you want to see me post pictures of my younger self with a female Eminem impersonator and a Mexican Wolverine, you can follow me on Instagram at the same name, greeneyebebop.
And then class, how can we learn more about you?
Instagram, Craven the Toy Hunt, and on Twitter. I don't keep up with that as much. You could actually on Twitter, you could follow me on Craven Toy Hunt, and I have another account. I just don't know the name of it. Yeah, just go with it's Chris Class BRH actually. I try to stay up on that one, but my Instagram,
Lord.
Craven the Toy Hunt. Follow up with that one.
And if you want to follow more of the Frakkin Nerds, we've got our Facebook, we've got Instagram, we've got Twitter, and then I myself is on Twitter on Doc_Martin. Or if you find me on BattleNet on Overwatch, it's Doc Martin. You can come find me and play me and listen to me yell at the guys I work with. So yeah, that's some good stuff. Well, then that will bring the show to a close as you guys want to look up. And so as we say goodbye, stay with me.
Sorry.
Hello. Hi.
Sorry, guys.
Hello.
I was looking up concave
cares?
information. I was looking up
Nobody
concave
cares what
info.
we're looking at when we go by.
I know, but I'm pitching out. Act like we're part of the
Yeah.
show.
Let it be
I'm here.
organic. You took away snoring Joshua, like sleepy Joshua.
I know. I didn't think it would work. So Joshua over there on the East Coast, class across the bridge over in Indiana. This is Doc Martin saying, have a fracking good week.